Hey explorers, today we will take a comparison between the countries of the Congo. Pack your bags and let's go. Two countries, one name. But who has the edge? The Democratic Republic of the Congo or the Republic of the Congo? Today they face off in the ultimate showdown. Who has the stronger economy, the more beautiful nature, the better quality of life? Find out now. Size and population. Firstly, the DRC is huge. With over 2.3 million square kilometers, it is the second largest country in Africa and has over 100 million inhabitants. The Republic of Congo, on the other hand, is much smaller, at 342,000 square kilometers and only has around 5.5 million people. Point in favor of the DRC for size. But is bigger better? Economy and resources. Both countries are rich in raw materials, but the DRC is a treasure trove. It has huge quantities of copper, cobalt, gold, and diamonds. But here comes the great paradox of the DRC. How can a country so rich in raw materials be so poor at the same time? The answer lies in corruption, mismanagement, and political instability. While international companies earn billions from the raw materials, only a fraction of the money reaches the population. Many people are struggling to survive, despite the country's immense wealth. The Republic of Congo, on the other hand, relies heavily on oil, which accounts for over 50% of GDP. However, dependence on oil often leads to economic fluctuations. The DRC has a total GDP of around 67 billion US dollar, but due to its large population, GDP per capita is just under $700. The Republic of Congo has a GDP of only 13 billion US dollar, but the GDP per capita is much higher at around 2,400 US dollar. Here, the point goes to the Republic of Congo for the better economic performance per capita. Infrastructure and development. The Republic of Congo has a good infrastructure, especially in the capital Brazzaville and the economic metropolis of Pointe-Noire. The power supply, road networks, and internet connections here are comparatively stable and more modern than in the neighboring country. Pointe-Noire, in particular, as an important harbor and trading location, benefits from investments in transport and supply networks. International companies and the oil sector ensure that many urban areas are well connected. In contrast, the DRC is struggling with massive infrastructural challenges. In the capital Kinshasa, one of Africa's largest metropolises, with over 50 million inhabitants, there are modern city districts, but also sprawling slums with poor connections. Roads are often unpaved, there is a lack of public transport, and traffic jams are part of everyday life. Power cuts are a daily occurrence, even in economically important regions. This is due to crumbling power stations, a lack of maintenance, and an unreliable supply network. Many people are dependent on expensive diesel generators to run their homes or businesses. While the DRC has immense natural resources, there's a lack of investment in infrastructure. Road connections between large cities are often in poor condition or do not exist at all, which makes the transport of goods and people considerably more difficult. In rural areas in particular, access to electricity, clean water, and modern telecommunications is severely restricted. Despite its enormous economic potential, the DRC lags far behind its smaller neighbor in terms of infrastructure. Here the point clearly goes to the Republic of Congo. Tourism. The DRC is a true natural paradise. The largest tropical rainforest in Africa, the mighty Congo River, spectacular national parks, and active volcanoes such as the Nyiragongo. This is natural diversity at the highest level. The Republic of Congo also has beautiful landscapes, but the DRC is simply in a different league. A look at the tourism figures shows exciting differences. The DRC attracts significantly more international tourists, but if you put the whole thing in relation to the population, things look quite different. The Republic of Congo has fewer visitors, but a higher number of tourists relative to the population. There are also differences in terms of revenue. the DRC earns more from tourism in absolute terms. However, the contribution to gross domestic product in both countries is negligible. In other words, the tourism sector is not really strongly developed in either country. Conclusion: the DRC wins in terms of natural diversity and total visitors, but the full tourism potential remains untapped in both countries. Quality of life and security. When it comes to quality of life and security, there are big differences between the DRC and the Republic of Congo. Both countries are naturally beautiful, but the living conditions are very different. In the DRC, the security situation is particularly tense in many parts of the country. For years, various regions have been struggling with armed conflicts and political instability. This insecurity has a direct impact on people's daily lives, both in the city and in the countryside. Infrastructure is often poor and access to basic services, such as healthcare and education, is severely limited in many areas. In contrast, the Republic of Congo is generally safer. Although there are regional challenges here too, the country has a more stable political situation and comparatively better infrastructure. In cities like Brazzaville, living conditions are more acceptable for most people, even if not everything is ideal here either. The Republic of Congo has also invested in improving the health and education system in recent years. The Republic of Congo is calmer, has fewer conflicts, and a higher life expectancy, a clear point for the Republic of Congo. In the end, the score is 3-2 in favor of the Republic of Congo, a clear victory in the categories of economic performance per capita, infrastructure, and life quality. The DRC scores points in the categories of size and population and tourism. However, this comparison not only shows winners and losers, but also makes it clear how different two countries with similar names, similar histories, and direct neighborhoods can be. So the showdown has been decided, for now. But the tide could turn in the future. What do you think? Do you agree with the outcome, or do you see it differently? Let us know in the comments.